Hemant Soren is all set to return as Chief Minister of Jharkhand. This after he was granted bail. So what about Champai Soren? Well, Champai Soren will therefore resign as Chief Minister. Hemant Soren will be back. I'm joined now by my colleague Prabhakar. What are the details?
Yeah, the news we are getting from Ranchi through our JMM sources is that Hemant Soren is likely to return back as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. Remember, Hemant Soren was released from jail after three days before, and he held a series of meetings today with the India Alliance leaders. And today, what we are learning that most of the MLAs of JMM and the India Alliance partners like Congress, they supported Hemant Soren being back as the Chief Minister, as the leader of India Alliance in Jharkhand. So today at 6 p.m. is what when the Jharkhand governor would be returning to Ranchi, and tomorrow probably the India Alliance leaders are seeking appointment with him, and then Champai Soren might resign as the Chief Minister. Hemant Soren will be elected the new leader of the India Alliance, and then whenever the governor gives time, he would be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand once again.
So Prabhakar, he's been let out on bail. There were very strong allegations against him, money laundering linked to an alleged land scam. What is the status of that probe?
Hemant Soren not only got bail from the court, but the kind of verdict which was there, the court actually gave him a clean sheet. The court said that the ED case is it looks to be false prima facie, A, and B, that Hemant Soren, this money laundering act, the PMLN act, under which Hemant Soren was booked, so the court observed that there was no need for actually enforcing this particular act. So that's the reason why Hemant Soren is very bullish these days. He thinks that the court has kind of given him a clean sheet, and so he can take the center stage now and prepare for the Jharkhand polls. Remember, Jharkhand is a poll-bound state. You will have polls from 5 months from now. Jharkhand will go to polls. So what we were learning initially was that Jharkhand Chief Minister would be allowed to continue in his chair, and Hemant Soren would take the charge of the party affairs. But now the party sources are confirming to us that Hemant Soren would be actually in charge at both the places. He would not only be running the party, but also the government there.
And this, of course, is a boost, since, as you mentioned, state elections taking place in approximately 5 months, as I understand it. That being the case, with him returning, and with the wording of the High Court order itself, which quite clearly grants him bail and seems to suggest that the process of investigations was flawed, it sort of feeds into what the India bloc would actually be saying, that look, these are false cases, there is agency after us. He's out on bail and he returns as Chief Minister at a crucial time, just months before elections.
Yeah, and they would actually try to encash that because he has got this verdict just 5 months before the election would happen actually in the state of Jharkhand. And he believes, the JMM believes that Hemant Soren would, if he is actually there at the Chief Minister's chair, he would get the sympathy of the people, of the voters as well. And remember, Hemant Soren happens to be one of the most prominent forces of Jharkhand as a political party. So the party wants to contest, to go to people, to go to polls with him being in the chair. And as far as Hemant Soren being behind the bars is concerned, party leaders believe that that would actually go in their favor, and the sympathy votes would actually be collected in the favor of the party because of him being behind.
And could you share some details about the important India bloc meeting which took place this morning?
Yeah, the senior leaders of India bloc, both the Congress, JMM, the left parties, they were all there. They were all there, and all the senior leaders actually they met at the Chief Minister's residence. The meeting was attended by MLAs of the entire India bloc MLAs. All the MLAs of all the political parties are part of India bloc. So they were basically there to decide the future course of action. As I told you, Jharkhand is a poll-bound state, so they met there actually to decide the future course of action. What we are told by our sources, that most of the MLAs actually were of the view that the baton should be handed over to Hemant Soren.
Sure.
And Champai
all right,
Soren
Prabhakar, I'm just interrupting you now because we are running out of time on this bulletin. Hemant Soren, after being granted bail, is all set to return as the Chief Minister of Jharkhand. We'll keep tracking those developments. For the moment, this short break.